Hello, this is the May 2017 GSM from MBS News. On Saturday, the staff gathered for the May GSM. Among the announcements made, a new official screenshot contest is to be held, with some rules differing from the one held 2 years ago. Submissions are to be sent on the subreddit, but this time the public will have a chance to vote. The deadline to submit is June 3rd. Frumple and Robin both proposed differing proposals for extending the MRT, with one extending existing lines and the other creating a large network of new lines. A local transportation network has been approved for Central City, consisting of buses proposed by Minyan and metro lines proposed by AP Red. The future of the 1.12 update is uncertain, with key plugins still needing to be updated. And Major Magpie was demoted from moderator after over 5 months of inactivity. MBS News brings you the entire GSM uninterrupted. And now, the general staff meeting from MBS News. Hello, I'm KittyCat1231 from MBS News. On May 20th, the MRT held its most recent GSM, where Frumple and the staff members gathered to discuss server policies and proposals. Now, MBS News presents the May 2017 GSM, as it happened on May 20th, 2017.
Especially prepared for this, weren't you?
Well, we didn't expect this to happen.
Wait, Frumple, can you put the link in Mumble?
I haven't posted. I haven't posted yet. I gotta shorten it. It's too long to even put in the in-game.
I think. You sure?
Yes.
Yeah, it's quite long.
Oh.
Okay, so there's that link. I'm gonna post in Mumble here.
Also need access.
Channel.
Also need access, really?
Link to goo.gl.
Okay. Well,
It's the same document, Frumple.
Oh, it's this, yeah, that's the same document.
Oh my Jesus.
hold on here. I'm gonna move this whole thing. Hold on.
Wow.
Yes, wait, he's not facing the press. There we go.
There you go.
Is access granted now, or do I need to... I don't know what's going on.
Hold on. I'm fixing it. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. 1 sec.
There we go. Ah.
Okay, I'm reposting the link here. 1 sec. Okay, this might still work. Yep, okay, cool.
Ooh.
I'm just gonna repost the link just for people who haven't got it.
Yeah, just
Channel. Frumple.
Okay.
Link to goo.gl.
Alright, so if you look at the link there, this is a proposal that I made. Robin made another one, which hopefully he'll be able to share soon. The staff looked at both of these proposals in the private portion. I'll just go through it here. Basically, I just want to extend the lines that we have right now. There are reasons for this. It's the simplest way, I think, because the lines are already there. There's not much infrastructure we need. There is potential for some new lines. You will see that in some of the sections here, but I'll go over that. So yeah, you can pretty much read the text, but let's go over it. For the Northwest, I'm planning on, I'd like to see the Arctic and Taiga lines continue on. They also, if you've noticed, they also like to intersect with each other. They intersect twice, so they'll intersect a third time. And that's kind of what I actually intended for those lines since the beginning of the server. For the Western line, I know you'll notice that there's a dotted line that connects up with these circle and taiga lines, and there are existing Western Line stations there. But I am actually proposing just abandoning that portion and just making it go straight up the western part of the map. I think the detour there is a bit sharp, kind of a sharp turn there, so I don't know if it really makes sense in that case. And then the northern and expo lines will simply continue westward. The expo line is going to reach up to the northern line, and Zephyr line will continue into that new island region at the very north of the map.
Channel.
For the southwest,
Link to docs.google.com.
this one's pretty straightforward. All the lines, except for maybe the Mesa line, are going to terminate at a new terminus at that peninsula at the very corner of the map. The Mesa line, I'm proposed two different kinds of, I guess, alignments here. One would go through Hempstead, that's M42. The other one would would abandon that and actually just keep going straight west. Considering that if it did, the latter option would help serve, I think, more plains and savanna areas, in my opinion. So yeah, we never actually decide which one to do, but those are two options there. It's possible that we could add another line that takes over that alternate routing. And also you'll notice that there's a gray line that goes up parallel to the eastern line. That's a potential new line that could be built. No idea on naming, but it would probably need to be consistent with the rest of the line, so a different color, a letter that has not been used, that sort of thing. And one last thing I want to mention, also going to the next one, the next part for the southeast. The southern line is going to be, I'm proposing it gets rediverted to the very south of the map. If you look on the southeast image. So I know that the original southern line was supposed to go a little bit like farther north. I know there's some existing stations, but considering that the map, I can say this for pretty much certainty, the map's never going to be expanded any further than it is right now. So that southern border is the final southern border. So yeah, so the southern line is going to go simply there. And when it get in the southeast area, all the lines will simply extend off to the edge of the map. The exception of that is the valley line, because I couldn't find a spot to put it. There's no place for it to go. The eastern line would cross the sea and go down to the corner. And there's a potential for another second new line on the very eastern border, like basically kind of a far eastern line, if you could think about it that way. And yeah, so that's that. And then finally, the northeast, there's not much going on here. The eastern and northern lines will intersect. Northern line, I'm proposing, will actually reach down and reach the expo line, and the eastern line will go up in the corner. Now, when it comes to which lines that want to be built, are going to be built next, that hasn't been fully decided yet. Some staff have expressed interest in building, or at least we're going to try to focus on finishing the perimeter lines. So that is the eastern line, finishing that up completely, and also actually getting started on the western and southern lines. Once we have that done, then we can start thinking about extending the rest of the lines. And yeah, so that is my proposal. It's just an idea of how things are going to work. I didn't want to focus on building like all these brand new lines. I wanted to make it consistent with what we have right now, and make sure those lines are spaced out appropriately for the most part, and make sure they cover most of the map. So, yep.
Okay, cool. My one in the mobile link right now, just let everyone know the plan that's going forward is Frumple's plan. So, however, this was one of the original proposals. If you look at the other link ahead, my idea for the MRT expansion is not have ridiculously long lines, like regional areas that focus separate areas, and this was taken from various regions from around the world. So I literally split the areas up into 5 parts. So north, south, east, and west, and then the central region. And then each of the following regions have their own specific, let's say, quote unquote, regional MRTs, in which members within that area, the link's in it's in Mumble. So each area will have their own specific quote unquote regional
Captain
MRT
Chimpy,
line
whatever
in
happened to the
which
public portion?
players and members would get involved and actually help build the lines as well.
Channel, Sweetboy13735, this is a
Someone keeps saying something.
tongue sticking out. Channel, Makoshi26 desktop. This is the public portion underscore.
So each line can quite literally, as you can see, get their own specific areas. Now, this part of the public portion is for you guys to speak up. Just look at both various proposals,
Smith,
comment, and literally just say what you like about it, what you like about it, whether you think there's too many lines, too little lines, so forth and so forth. But yeah, that was my various proposal. I was thinking on the side of newer lines instead of extending lines, because from my point of view and from what I got, the general consensus is that some people like having ridiculously long lines. So for example, having like another circle line that has over 100 stations and so on and so forth. But some people do.
Channel,
but
Captain
this is the
Chimpy.
part where yeah, you guys say something.
Channel, Captain Chimpy, I forgot.
But overall, yeah, just literally, you could just comment on the line. But the one that the staff decided
Captain
to
Chimpy,
go forward
I've missed like 10 minutes
is Rumpel's
XD.
plan. So that's the main plan.
Okay, all done, Robin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And with I will see you later.
Sayonara, Robin.
Okay, hold on here. I'm just gonna
Channel,
mute myself
Fred the
here. I
Time
gotta
Lord.
check something.
I think that the red line matches the one on Frumple. Channel, Fred the Time Lord, S plan.
It almost matches. It doesn't though.
Okay, sorry about that. So just gonna just need to send something here. 1 second. Okay. I'm actually finding that broadcasting on Discord is not a good idea, so I'm actually
Channel,
gonna turn it off here.
Fred the Time Lord. No, I mean the possible future one.
You have to decide if you want to watch it, watch the MLT channel feed.
Okay, sorry for the delay. As Robin said, we're gonna go with my proposal. Again, whether or not these lines will get built, that's up to staff and whether they to head those projects. Again, also the alignments are not set in stone. It's just a proposal to guideline. We'll figure it out later. Yeah, so I'm just going to go right into the actual announcements for this general staff meeting. That's probably what you guys are waiting for. So, first off, I'm going to comment about the next Minecraft 1.12 update, which is not out yet, but there are some snapshots out and it's coming soon.
Pre-release 5.
TM. And I will say that based on the research that I've looked at and what I've heard from other server owners, it's going to be a very bad update for plugins. A lot of plugins, people are reporting that a lot of plugins are broken on 1.12, on Spigot 1.12. And these include things like Dynmap, World Edit. It's not looking very good. I know there have been a lot of suggestions from other players for this GSM for new plugins to be installed, But because of this, I'm going to put a moratorium, basically a stop on any new consideration of new plugins until the update happens. The reasoning for this is, well, for one thing, I don't want to be installing a new plugin and then finding out that it doesn't even work on 1.12. But also, having more plugins means that I have to spend more time troubleshooting them. Well, if they break, if they're troubleshooting them, figuring out if there's a fix, if there's a new update for that plugin, or trying to find replacements for that plugin. For example, with Darmok and Venture Chat, where we replaced Darmok there. So yeah, so please, if you have an idea for a plugin, please do not send that for the time being. Yeah, that's the unfortunate situation right now. If you want to blame someone, go blame Mojang because they keep breaking everything. So
They changed a lot of technical things as well in the 1.12 so far.
yeah, that's probably what's happening here. It's a lot of technical stuff there. Moving on. So I'm pleased to announce that we're going to have a second official screenshot contest for the MRT servers. I don't think I can really post. I'm not going to go into too much detail about the detail or the screenshot contest rules. It's pretty much going to be almost the same as the last one. There's no restriction. Oh, okay, I'll start with the vote. The biggest difference is the voting. How votes are going to be worked out. Votes for the screenshot contest will be public, so that means basically the members will be able to vote on each other. So it's popular vote. I can't get the admins to vote because, again, there are not that many admins that are active nowadays, so can't pull that off. So because of that, the submissions are open for members and all the way up to admins. So anybody from those ranks can submit. I myself will be facilitating this contest. And the contest actually starts right now. Basically, I'll try to post the details later, but basically you'll upload your image to some image hosting service. We recommend imgur.com. Then you would post it on the subreddit with a certain title tag like screenshot contest. And then once I have all the submissions, we'll probably leave submissions open for 2 weeks. And then for the 2 weeks after that, I'll have a Google Doc form for people to vote on there. And when you vote, you'll be required to put in a score of either from 1 to 10 for every submission. And whoever has the highest average score will win the contest. And the prizes, I guess I can say those ones. It's about $21,000 of in-game money total in prizes. First prize will get $10,000. Second will get $5,000. Third will get $3,000, and so on and so forth. So yeah, and also these screenshots will be posted on that scrolling, whatever you call it, on the main page. So if you wanna, again, the theme of the screenshot can be anything. It can be of landscapes, it can be of towns, cities, people, animals, even if you really like that sort of thing. But yeah, so that's that. Moving on, I guess I'll quickly mention this. We did make a little improvement. If you do /info or /map in game, there is now a /map's a new command, just shows a link to the Dyn map. That's just to help for people, any new players who are asking about seeing the Dyn map. So if you ever see people ask that, you can always just tell them to run either /info or /map. And moving on. So there are some rule changes that we're going to, some very minor rank changes we're going to make. For the Central City, the perk for building in Central City, we've decided that we're going to move that from Counselor down to Citizen. This is to help encourage, people, new players to help if they want to build in Central City, they can do so once they reach citizen. We were debating whether it should be member or citizen. We went with citizen instead of member because I didn't want to have brand new members that go straight into Central City and possibly grief, because that's certainly a possibility. So we went with citizen there, and that is effective immediately. In addition to that, when it comes to city rank batches, I'm actually going to leave this mostly to gods to run, and we're also going to try to do these more on a more regular basis. We're going to start off with once per month, and because now that we're sending feedback publicly in a Google Doc, there's a lot less overhead for myself and for staff to manage this this process. So we're going to try to do a once per month batch. We'll be sure to make the appropriate announcements for that. The next batch I will say right now, submissions for the next batch are open right now. You can actually submit anytime, but voting for the next batch will start approximately June 1st. So if you want to be considered for any promotions to Senator, Governor, and Premier, you need to submit by June 1st to be considered for the next batch. And okay, and there's one last thing I want to mention from the community issues. I've mentioned this before, but I have officially demoted Frozen from the administrator position and Major Magmai from the moderator position for inactivity. I do know that Frozen did express his intention to resign, but he was also going to send some sort of message to everyone, including members, about his departure, but on Discord, I think, but he hasn't gone around to that. So I have emailed him and try to see if he's going to ever send that message. If he does, I will make sure to pass that on to everyone. As for Major, I've also notified him of the demotion, and if he ever decides to return, we can definitely give him back the moderatorship if he decides to become more active. Okay, so that's the end of section 1. Section 2 is roads. I don't like roads. I'm going to be very honest here, but I have to do it anyway. I'm going to try to describe these. So there's one proposal by a B12 from Hammer-On Train. I'm just going to quickly scroll and see where it is because I don't know myself. Hold on here.
Is this an extension trouble?
No, it's. I'll get to questions. I'll get to questions at the end. At the end here, B12 is. I'll say from Lavender to Taisensaki and Zelona. I think this goes through JPH's town, so that's been approved. Next up is B13, Captain Chimpy. This one runs from St. Anna to Enspington via a town called, and I was kind of incredulous by the name of it, a town called Banana. B13. From St. Anna to Enspington via Banana. Via Banana. That's, if I ever see a bus that says via Banana, that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so yeah, that's been approved. Another A40, actually it's kind of the A50 extension. This one is from, I'm not trying to describe it. Narnia is not here to help me out here, but it basically extends from the east part of A50, continues on to where? I don't know.
It goes to Whiteley where the A30 ends.
Yeah, something like that. And the A30 extend, yeah, something like that. I'll probably post pictures on the website because they can do a better job of doing that. So that's been approved. And finally, nope, actually there's two more. Jeez, so many roads. B141, submitted by Cardinal Land. This one is Where is it? Oh, I think it's from XE4 from Grazen, or XE3, I think, up north to the town of Alienor. It's not on the Dyn map, but it is there. This proposal has been approved. Like, pretty much all the roads in this section have been approved. And finally, B Road from Dulwich to Silent Valley. This is at the very end of the Plains line eastward. This one's submitted by somebody. Tommy8. This has been approved as well. So all roads in this GSM, there's no name for it, but it's from Dulwich to Silent Valley. It's at the very end. It extends from the very end of the Plains line eastward. So, okay, so that's all the roads. Now we're moving on to projects. Two projects that we're going to look at right now are two proposals for Central City metros and Central City buses. AP Red has a proposal for making a metro network in Central City. This has been approved. And Mindman has a proposal for adding a bus system to Central City. This has also been approved. And there was some debate about the existing tram system and how it would interact with both of these. For the time being, the tram system will be still there for now. It does need some updating, but all three systems will coexist in Central City. We'll leave it to AP Red and Mindman to build their respective systems. They do have images that they submitted to us of their proposed routes. I will make sure to post those on the GSM results as well. All right. Just the last project. Nope, there's two more projects. Ben 6301 wants to build some canals in Benyon. It's quite an extensive network of canals, but considering that they're all within the region of, or at least the space around Benyon, that has been approved. And finally, I think, nope, no, geez, there's so many. Sorry about this. There's more stuff in here. Next up is the Fort Yaxley International Airport. Generally, these sort of airports would actually be approved outside GSM, but there were concerns, as you've seen from the proposals from myself and Robin, with regards to extending the MRT lines. The island line, or whatever line would be there, would probably cross through it. So this airport has been approved for Camel, but we need to negotiate with him of how the island line is going to intersect with that airport, whether it's going to go underground or through the terminal or something like that. We'll have to figure something out. And final project is the Curious Canal, proposed by Heaven Angel. It's a very short canal connecting the city of Curious to the ocean. It's a very short canal. This has been approved, no problem. And that's the projects for now. Moving on to town auctions, we have 4 towns that have been submitted. First one is F8 to be Sirot's wants ownership of this. This has been approved. Next one is a proposal from Elite Neon to take over Avantheim. This was made by sorry, what was their name?
Computer Ghost and Angel.
Computer Ghost and Angel Zero. This has been denied, and I will say that Avantheim is not for auction at all, ever. So it's not going to be available for auction in the near future, for the foreseeable future. Next up is XE4. Cardinal Land wants this town. That has been approved. And finally, C117, Tuaro has requested this. This one has been denied because the staff have noticed that Tuaro has claimed C118 next door before and was approved at the last GSM, but we would like to see him to expand Heights City into that area first before giving C117. So this has a warning to you all also, who other people who want to expand your towns. You need to, if you ask for a town and then get it, and then ask for another town over again, or over, like say, for example, a convoluted example, let's say you get D2, you're a D1, you get D2, and you get it and you want D3, you need to expand into D2 first. You need to connect your roads there, you need to build it out, you need to make changes to that to integrate that into your city before we can consider giving, like say, other towns like D3 to you. So just keep that in mind when you're submitting these things to us. And is that it? Staff? I don't know.
Go down. Go down. Should be
Oh.
castles. Go down.
Oh, castle stuff. Oh shoot. I think Thomas forgot to put it in the minutes here, but blah 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 blah. Yes, there's some last minute ones. Castle would like to build a few canals. I don't know how to describe these.
Okay, the one's in the southwest, and one is right next to Los Angeles.
Okay, what Yoshi said, I don't know. So these 2 canals have been approved, and that's it. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. So, I think now begins the Q&A portion again. So to do this, either PM me either in Mumble or in game, and I'll put you on the list. Please do not ask your question right away. Please just say that you would like to speak, and I will put you on that list, and then I'll call on you when it's your turn. Again, it can be any question, comment, concern, complaint, basically anything that's on your mind regarding the MRT server. This is an open floor, so don't be afraid to say anything at this point. And if it's in regard of the MRT line extensions, I'm totally open for any questions about that,
open
or
floor already.
screenshot contest, or anything else. So please let me know. Oh yes, and serious questions only. First, only please. As much as I want to answer my personal affairs with tacos, we want to do the important stuff first. So.
It seems J Universe Zero has already given a question. I think it may be about the new proposal or something.
Where are you seeing that?
In chat.
Oh, in chat.
He's asked, can the island line go by my town?
I don't know. I don't know where his town is, so I wouldn't be able to answer that question right now. Yeah, again, the proposal is a very general. What I've proposed is very general. Like if the line needs to deviate a little bit to meet certain towns, that can be certainly negotiated. But in general, that's the general direction the line will go.
Give me a sec. Let me upload the combined bus and metro map somewhere.
So far, I only have one person asking to speak, so. No. I must remind you, please don't ask the whole question. I'm not going to remember it.
Channel, mine underscore man underscore win 10. AP uploaded in Mumble,
okay,
please.
Let's get started. Kitty Cat, you have the floor first.
Alright, I'm not sure if this has been said already, but for the screenshot contest, is there a set deadline for that yet?
Yeah, I actually do have dates. I just haven't been. Actually, I'll say the dates right now. I can find it. So yeah. So submissions are open now, and they'll be accepted until Saturday. Nope. Yep, Saturday, June 3rd at 11:59 p.m. UTC. But the time might be off a bit, but you get the idea. And then voting will begin right after that, starting from Sunday, June 4th to Friday, June 16th. And when the winner gets chosen, it'll probably be somewhat after that. So.
Okay.
Is that the only question there? Kitty?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Skelly, what's your question? Is Skelly in here?
Yes.
I don't know if he's typing it out right now. He might be.
Should give him a minute.
Okay.
I mean, there's no reason for him to type it out, but...
Oh, I always read out the questions anyway if they type it out.
He's trying to do voice.
Usually he speaks.
Computer issues.
Computer issues? Okay.
Computer issues.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to you, Skelly. Captain Chimpy, I do know... I will read out the question that he posted here. One sec. So, there was... before coming here, he's asking about a dispute between Robin and Mindman. That happened yesterday or either 2 days ago. There is a question regarding, and this was debated at the GSM. I decided not to mention it too much because there was no real conclusion that was made. I guess we did, but we weren't able to come to anything. But this was regards to whether does the mayor of the city, if there's a building in a city, like say it's built by another player, does the mayor of the city have, what kind of rights does the mayor of the city have over that building, or is it owned strictly by the person who built it? It was debated during the GSM. I don't, for one thing, I can say there's probably never going to be a strict and hard rule around this. For the most part, the staff and I have pretty much dealt with these sort of situations on a case-by-case basis because there are a lot of variables involved, and it depends on the situation. I will say, though, that in general, whoever built the building is the owner. So whoever actually constructed the building is the owner and would have, in general, again, I'm only speaking generally here, have say on what happens to that building. That said, if the mayor wants to do something with that building, we would recommend, or let's say the mayor wants to do something to the building, or if the player wants to do something that might affect the town that it's in, then we would strongly encourage that both the player and the mayor, they need to communicate with each other, and they need to, before they do anything, they need to ask each other whether this is okay. Now, when it comes to cases where, say, a player is inactive, we can't get in contact with a player, that's where the gray area is there, and that's where the staff will need to make a judgment, whether on how to resolve that sort of situation. So, if you have that sort of situation, please don't hesitate to bring it up with staff, and we'll consider it. But yeah. To answer Captain Chimpy's question, yeah, there is no hard answer for this. All we can say is communication is key, and you just need to. You should do as a courtesy, just try to ask the other party to see if they're okay with making changes to their build. So.
Kelly says his computer fixed, so he can ask this question, by the way.
Okay, go ahead, Skelly.
Okay, my name is Skelly Dopplerman from MRT News Channel. Mr. Frumple, why is Avant time off limits from auctioning? Just asking for the sake of journalism.
Sure, I'm very happy to answer that question. So Avonheim does have, it's built, just so you know, just give a history here. It was built originally by Computer Ghost, a former admin, and Angel Zero. And basically when it was discussed during the staff meeting, the private portion, we kind of want to preserve what was there. And we kind of don't want other players to touch it, essentially. So, yeah. That is pretty much why it is not for auction.
And also, I asked Jay Universe's question for courtesy purposes. His town is east of I-28, and he wants the island line to go near it. Can you do that?
Well, for one thing, I don't know where his town is. You said it was Wait, I-28 doesn't
His
exist.
town is Greenport.
I don't know where it is. Where is that?
That's what he's saying on the chat.
Oh.
Captain Chimpy's saying I-27, not I-28.
So it's... Oh, I see what he's saying. So he wants the island line to go eastward rather than southward as per the proposal. I can't really answer that question right now. I'm probably going to say no because we kind of do want the island line to go straight down or straight to the south, not deviate off. And that going south is the easiest way, even though it might go through Fort Yaxie International Airport. So yeah, I'd rather not. I'm trying to avoid actually having these lines cross too many bodies of water, and because you have to build large bridges and there'd be all that sort of stuff. So I'm not gonna answer the question. No comment.
Nice.
Typical politician.
Kind of answered it and then was like, no.
At least I tried to answer it, but I can't make a decision right now. That's what I can do.
Thank you, Mr. Frumple.
Good question.
Camel Fantasy moved to AFK by the server.
Oh,
Camel Fantasy
Crazy Rocket Guy. Did you have a question or a comment?
Yes. Is there any plans to unban the Elytra?
Okay.
Channel,
yeah, I don't think you were here earlier when the
northern line tunnel
the
between
Epsilon server started.
NW2 and
the new expansion.
NW3 has been attacked by giant
when we
sea
updated
monsters
to
at least 17 times since its construction.
we tried
Underwater
testing
tunnels are a bad
Elytra on
idea.
our beta server, and
Like a lot of lag with it.
there was a whole lot of lag. Even with a few number of, at least what we discovered there is, even with a few number of players with just Elytra wings, if they move very fast or very high in the sky, it would actually cause a server to lag very much and basically kick everyone off. I haven't had a chance to test it out lately, but for the time being, Elytra is banned just because we're concerned about. Considering how popular this server is and how many people that get on here, I'd rather not risk it. Even with, and I do know there are a lot of people who complained about when we banned Elytra and whined and but in my response to them, I asked them, would you rather have Elytra and no server or no Elytra and a server? So.
Channel Resurrection.
Okay, thank you, Frumple.
Okay, I've reached the end of my list. If you have anyone else had any further questions, comments, concerns, lamentations, this is the time to do it. Again, I can't promise when I'm going to post the results. So there's a lot to post, like a lot of pictures, a lot of images. Does take some time, but I'll try to get to that sometime soon.
Let's hope so.
Channel
Any other
_castle.
questions?
You need to go to preferences shortcuts and assign a push to talk key.
This is going to be a very short Q&A.
Resurrection.
It's going to be probably one of the shortest.
Oh, I think that resurrection is a question
PC.
in text.
Link
He
to
can't figure out how to
i.img or
speak.
.com.
Oh, also, by the
Channel
way, you might want to
Resurrection.
fix because that's
I
the
want to ask a
password, not.
question. Channel
Yes.
AP_red_PC.
We've literally
That's
just
the map of the
exposed our
CC
password
metro.
on the GSM recording.
Channel
Yeah.
Resurrection.
If you look at
But I can't
text
talk.
chat,
Yeah, Frumple, you might want to change the password because Skelly's live streaming this.
I see. Okay. I think it might be time to change the password anyway, so that's probably good. Probably something that's not as religion based.
I don't think it's that religious.
Well, I'm not, whatever. You know what I mean.
I could ask a question, but I'm not gonna for the sake of this GSM.
It's open for anything.
No, don't worry.
Anything?
Well, okay. Since if there are no more serious questions, you can go ahead and ask. Just to pad this public portion recording, go ahead and ask any silly questions if you'd like.
Frumple, I have a question.
Yes.
Judging by the signs in front of you, at your house, is the GSM truly sponsored by Calamar Fried Chicken?
Yes, I love Calamar Fried Chicken. It's delicious. Thomas is here. That's why he's at the GSM today, because he wanted to make sure that his sponsorships in here.
I have a question.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes.
How much did Kalmar?
How much did they pay me? Is that your question?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you got cut off there. Sorry, kidding.
Okay, I'm back. Anyway, how much did Kalmar Fried Chicken contribute to your election campaign?
Well, one thing, there was never an election campaign, so I'm not sure what you're talking about.
There was owner elections this summer.
You're saying that you're against democracy?
I've always made it as clear. This is a dictatorship. There is no democracy. I know that there are other servers, transit-based servers, I'm not going to mention, but that do things very democratically. But I decided since the beginning of the server that no, there's not going to be. I will try to listen to others, and consider people's opinions. But at the end of the day, there needs to be a decision maker, and that decision maker is me. So yeah. See?
I just have a note. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I still can't place anything down on Central City at all.
Because I haven't even I haven't changed permissions yet. So I'll do that right after GSM. Thanks for reminding me.
Thank you.
If I don't do it, if I forget to do it, maybe like tomorrow or in a couple days, remind me again, because I do tend to forget things.
Yeah, my sister and I will probably just put on the Ender Dragon suits on Radio House again.
Okay, good to know. Any further questions, concerns?
Frumple, will you be there on June 10th to watch the Amazing Race, which is you should all attend?
No. You didn't pay me. You didn't pay me enough, just like how Thomas did.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
I mean, Frumple, it's just a region flag if you want.
Well, I have to look up. I don't look up the World Guard commands very often, so I have to look it up, make sure I don't screw up anything, that sort of thing. So, yeah.
I have a serious question.
Yep.
Wait, so when do you actually? When do you think we're going to be updating to 1.12? Is it
that's a good.
Is it going to be any time soon, or are you going to wait it out until Dime Map and World of It work?
Those are pretty critical plugins. So yeah, if we find that Minecraft 1.12 does come out, but the plugins aren't updated, then we're gonna wait on them. Again, we've done this sort of thing before in other previous updates where we wait and then we start seeing, okay, some of the plugins are updating, some of them sort of work, and then at some point, once we have enough plugins roughly working or we have some replacements, then I make a decision whether we update or not. But yeah, you can probably bet that even after 1.12 is released, it'll probably be several months, maybe a long time. I think one of the updates, it was at least 6 months after, or maybe a year after the update before we actually jumped there. I think 1.11 is 1.11 is a good example because we were still on 1.8 for a long time.
I have a feeling we're going to be waiting even longer to have the mail center back up and running.
Nobody uses that.
If you want to, I am not in charge of the mail center. You want to direct your complaints to this person here named Thomas Fife.
Blame Mohang.
It feels like every time the mail center gets fixed, it gets broken again.
Or blame Mojang, that's fine. I blame Mojang for a lot of things, like breaking everything and catering all of their features to to appeasing little kids, but you know, it's just me.
Don't forget to download your Minecraft add-ons for your Pocket Edition and Windows 10 editions.
Don't forget to play the Glide minigame. Built by yours truly.
Don't forget to tab.
Hit that subscribe button.
Anything else?
I've got one person who wants to say hello.
This is a how about a rules question? What about air transit within a city limit, within a city's own borders?
What do you mean by that?
Like, if I
Internal
have,
airports.
like, let's say you have town A, and you want to make a helicopter from 2 points within that town.
Skylines now. You can have warp transit in your own town now, Frumple. With
Thanks for coming to today's GSM. Bye. No, I can't really answer that right now.
Okay.
I guess we'll talk about it at the next GSM. I guess that's probably a good topic, because there's a thing. You can think of it two ways. If we approve that, then we can approve it. But then there's a fine line whether this is an airfield or not. And we could reject it and just make it easy and say there's no air transport whatever until you get Senator. So,
Well, no,
yeah.
The reason I ask is because I kind of have this interesting town. If you'll TP them.
I'm not going to do that right now. I'm still doing questions, but thanks for making my life difficult. Thank you. All right.
You're welcome.
I have one more question. Okay, there are a couple questions coming in game. People PM me. Captain Chimpy asks, "What would Siri say if you divided 0 by 0?" Siri would probably say a bad word followed by the word "you." And
would say something about cookies as well.
Indev asks.
0 divided by 0.
Indev asks.
0 cookies and you split them evenly among 0 friends. How many cookies does each person get? See, it doesn't make sense. And Cookie Monster is sad that there are no cookies. And you are sad that you have
Oh, that's an Easter egg.
Thanks, bye.
Interesting.
Frumple, Indev has a question apparently.
Yeah,
I think I can talk now. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes. Indev has a question.
Finally, I managed to get this to work. And...
Anyway, Indev has a question. It's actually a serious question. It's, when will the next Dynmap render be done? I have no freaking clue. I do have some plans. Okay, so this is my plan. So this is a serious answer here. I do, in terms of like technical things on the server, like Dynmap and the website maintenance. I did the first of the maintenance earlier this week. There is still more maintenance to be done. I still need to do some things with the website and wiki, and a little additional thing on the file server, which I'm trying to figure out right now. Once those are done, then I'll probably start looking at the Dynmap, trying to at least reschedule the regular Dynmap renders for at least the all the worlds except the new world, because those ones can be done within probably a few hours, so those don't lag, and I can easily do those during empty times. When it comes to the new world, I'm not sure. That one takes days, literally, and I don't know. That'll probably be done on a manual basis. Again, the kind of lag that it produces is humongous, and I'm gonna have to think of some way of mitigating that. So that's on my plate right now.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, Extreme, you're in. This is the open floor Q&A portion. So.
Oh yeah, I do have a question. Oh yes.
Okay, sure.
I've asked this quite a lot. The Eastern line, like, is it gonna go through my town or not?
So you missed that portion of the meeting.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was figuring out how to get Mumble working because I've never actually used
Okay.
it before.
Can someone give him the link right now? Just of the doc? Thank you. Yeah, so if you look at that link, this is the proposal for all the line extensions into the New Epsilon.
Being approved, right?
Yeah.
Click, and it's loading. Wish I had faster internet. Oh, okay.
Don't we all?
It doesn't really oh crap. It's okay, there it is.
Yeah. So you don't have to narrate your. So just go look, and also, is your push to talk on?
Yes, it's on.
Okay, because we can hear you right now.
Also, the lines aren't set in stone.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Okay, but yeah, this is just a guideline. It's not; these are not set in stone. If the lines need to deviate to, go near a town or whatnot, then it's open to negotiation. But this is just an idea to give you, and just an idea of where the lines will probably go. So
it doesn't really say so there. It only shows like where the line goes, like north of ENX. Hang on a sec, my dad's coming.
Just great. Okay, all right.
Part of the line.
I will say extreme
north.
Like
it really
it does hit your town. It will visit your town because it's what it's gonna do. It'll go diagonally northeast.
I'm sorry. Hold on. We got a bit of an echo.
Wait. Who's talking? I'm lost. Wait.
Echo.
I don't think I should hold down my push to talk key, shouldn't I?
You don't have to hold down all the time. Just hold down when you're speaking.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting echo.
But basically, the line will hit your town. Just to answer your question, yes, it will.
Oh, yay, good. Wait, when will they extend it? It's been like there forever.
It's probably going to be extended in the upcoming few months because also your push talk. It'll be extending the upcoming months because staff are going to be finishing the eastern line, the southern line, and the western line first. Out of all the new lines of the Epsilon terrain. So most likely it will get done in the near future.
Yeah, I wouldn't say the next few months. Sorry. I would not say the next few months because, again, look at how long the eastern and northern lines took to get to this point. It all depends on whether there's a staff member available. In the northern lines case, it was AP Red who pretty much, spearheaded that whole movement. Eastern line's been kind of a meh project going on and off for a while. So, yeah.
It's gonna tell because in the northern part of the eastern line, where it ends up to right now, I guess the signs are reverse. Northbound departures is southbound departures, southbound is northbound, and some odd little redstone thingies, and the stations aren't really working.
It'll get fixed when the line probably gets there.
I'll see you later, folks. I'm off.
Right. See you, Thomas.
Good to see you again.
Bye, Frumpole.
I'm still here.
It's going, mate.
I'm still here. I'm still recording.
Wow. Calm down. We all know you're stressed.
Okay. So, any further questions? Comments? Sure. This is probably. I will say this is probably the most entertaining public portion I've been to. So.
Yes.
And without further ado.
I think we are done here. Thanks everyone for attending the public portion of the Minecraft Rapid Transit Server General Staff Meeting. Bye.
Thanks, bye.
Goodbye.
Frumple, have you had the naked chicken chalupa yet?
Frumple, stop recording.
And that show for.
And that was the May 2017 GSM from MBS News. Produced from MBS News, visit us on the wiki at bit.ly/MBS News and on Twitter at twitter.com/news_MBS. I'm KittyCat11231, and from all of us at MBS News, thank you for watching.